heels rather than toes.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Manchester United are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that.
Neymar! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's intervened well there.
Roberto Carlos.
Might want to be careful there.
Taken back almost at once.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
He's being urged to shoot. It's Maradona! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Well read, and the danger is averted. Messi, and they can counter here. So just a one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. And it's Stojkovic. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. It's a good run he's making out on the left. That's a throw. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cannavaro. Maradona. Stojkovic. And it's made its way to him.
No foul, says the referee.
Van Dijk.
Manchester United always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side.
Neymar!
It's loose now and they want to get it back. And this is Neymar.
There's the shot!
Oh, the ball's come loose here. Schmeichel trying to... Oh, what has happened here? Cherky has been caught there, it's a foul. Roberto Carlos taking charge of the dead ball.
What a save from Peter Schmeichel! Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And it's Neymar. And now they can spring out of defence. And he was quick to react. Foot in. And here's Neymar. Now it's Neymar. It's Neymar! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, there's a probing ball. And this is Neymar. Oh, that's neat. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Cruyff. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. Aimed beyond the defence. Not a hint of offside here. Azar. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Nicely weighted ball.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Azar. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And this is Neymar. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Roberto Carlos. Oh, nicely intercepted. Alonso. And here's Neymar. He's having a hit! Wide, but only just.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Now that's well seen too.
Fenerbahce really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And he cuts out the supply. Plays a sharp little ball here. Roberto Carlos, a player who needs no introduction. Neymar! That was superb goalkeeping.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And it's Cruyff. Cruyff. And he's got away from... And Cruyff! It's hit the upright.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Not the most accurate pass. Rijkaard. Cherki. Rijkaard does well to get it back. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And here's Cruyff. And he's lost his man here. Neymar! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Fenerbahce have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. So straight into the second half.
Fenerbahce definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Xavi Alonso. Cherki is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Rijkaard. Now it's Hazard. Xavi Alonso. Now that looks a decent ball. Hakimi. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. That's good play. Shapes to shoot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Good take, and is he in? Oh, shooting chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's done very well to get to that.
Carlos actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution for Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Number 21.
Cannavaro spots it and intercepts.
Number 23. Darwin Núñez.
Roberto Carlos plays the return pass. And he's well positioned here. And it's Neymar. Oh, he's burst through. Referee has just said play on.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Looking for the run. Oh, played right into his path. Bullish header! Oh, good finish. And just like that, he hits 50. What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And very quickly, the substitute. Decent chance! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Manchester United really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Fenerbahce perhaps contemplating their next change here. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Hazard. Great vision. Now it's Darwin. Stojkovic receives it in a good position here. And he's managed to get... And he shoots! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Cruyff. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Cherki. Darwin. Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Cruyff. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Neymar. Well, that pass isn't the best. Xavi Alonso, and it's Neymar. Knocks it into space. Roberto Carlos in acres of space out wide. Cherki, that is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Cruyff.
And the finish!
And no, he had to, and yet he could not.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Fenerbahce are looking to go forward now. And he's in on goal. Can he get away here?
Real chance! And it's in! Back within one! They have them in their sights again!
The lightness of step, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Just one in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
He's shifting through the gears here. And this is Neymar.
And the shot! And yes, it's there! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's having a shot!
Oh, that is rather wayward. So we have movement on both benches.
Number 13, Francesco Totti. Number 4, Hazard. Number 17, Stojkovic. Coming on the field.
No, that was never going to make it.
19, Neymar.
Now it's Cruyff,
Number 14,
and it's Hazard. Cherki, so much time and space.
Tries a shot!
It's off target and by quite a way.
Substitutions taking place.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Now it's Cruyff. He's beaten the last man. Yeah, he's fouled him there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Cannavaro. Hazard. No, that's been intercepted. Ibrahimovic. Kaka.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Takes a shot! Incredible! Just incredible! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Oh, relief! Relief at last, the final whistle.
Fenerbahce can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example.
Oh, great leap! There it is! And we have liftoff!
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Looking for options for movement. Stojkovic. It's a pretty loose pass.
And this is Marmoush.
Stojkovic.
Stojkovic!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Stojkovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And here's Stojkovic.
Juve. And the finish! And it's in! 2, and we've barely begun here.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Club America are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And he cuts out the supply. Passing is crisp and sharp, and that is a little undercooked.
Fenerbahce are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tries to play it through.
He's had a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Stojkovic. Fenerbahce are looking to go forward now. He has found the way through.
He's had a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's hoisted clear. Now it's Stojkovic. And it's Hakimi. Cannavaro getting this one clear. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And he's in on goal. It's Eto'o! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Corner number 2 then. That'll be a throw-in. Oh, he's done very well to take that back.
Club America always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Lampard. Nicely weighted ball. Maradona!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
So, third corner of the game. And a header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
McAllister. Well read, nice interception. Great vision. He is through here. Stojkovic. Oh, this looks sharp. Looking for the run. Fenerbahce are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Now it's Eto'o. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, nicely intercepted. Half-time getting close now. Chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's an excellent interception. And he's there to get it away. And here's Eto'o. Eto'o showed plenty of zest in getting to... It's Maradona! And he's following up! And he hits the net! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Fenerbahce cut their deficits and look raring to go again.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Totti. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That's it, 45 minutes up. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So straight into the second half.
Fenerbahce can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Fenerbahce get their fourth corner. And he's taking no chances there. Decent chance! Well taken goal. Fenerbahce are back on level terms. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Stojkovic. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And this is Eto.
And the shot! Oh, wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it?
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Cambio en el América. Número 20.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing.
Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this?
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Fenerbahce clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Totti. Koundé charging forward, the ball at his feet.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And here's the chance to counter. Oh, played through for the wide man. That is a great pick out. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Cambio en el América. Número 16. Lo reemplazará. Número 24. Cambio.
That is ended up in no man's land. Tries to pass it through. Foot in. Fenerbahce will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Fenerbahce are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Azar can see things others simply cannot. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Neymar. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Good running, strong and purposeful. And he's managed to get free. So
Oh, good glide! And he's stuck it away! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
it was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic.
Goes for a shot!
Another one of football's and how moments.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Club America have their third corner. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Club America really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Stojkovic. He's got away. That has not gone well. Can he get on the end of this? Azar! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that's a real chance missed.
Cambio en el América. Número
They're up to 5
13,
corners now.
Messi. Número 2. Entran. Número 11. Número 3. Se va a
Club
realizar el
America
cambio.
have the chance to go the other way. He's in a great position here. Shevchenko was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Kaka. It's played through for him. Not the most accurate pass. Marquinhos gets across to intercept that. And he plays one through.
Great chance! Incredible! Just incredible! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it!
Was there ever any doubt?
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Fenerbahce look like they've won it, but it's not over yet.
Well, I can wholeheartedly say, Peter, they deserve this, but has the opposition enough spirit left in them now to maybe find a way back?
And that will be it. Fenerbahce have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So straight into the action.
I don't think there's a player out there, Peter, who is as tactically flexible as Francesco Totti. Of course, we know him best as a number 10 or a deeper line forward.
And does history record him as the first player really to play that kind of false nine role?
Yeah, I think that's right. And he was able to do that because of his great physicality to go with that wonderful technique. Who would have thought at the time that he would start a global trend, one that's become a standard now in leagues all around the world?
Trailblazer.
Absolutely.
Totti! Aimed beyond the defence. That is good alertness. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, super find. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. And we have our very first corner. Oh, he's been...
Tries a shot! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
So, a breakthrough already. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Liverpool are looking to break at pace. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And he's picked out the run.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Robson, well read, and the danger is averted. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. And it's Salah. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Van Basten, looking to pass their way up the pitch.
And the shot!
Well taken goal.
They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Distributed tidily. He's a sharp little ball here. It's a promising position. Alexander-Arnold did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That has not gone well. Threads one in. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Roberto Carlos having a look.
It's not the best angle, this, but he might just be tempted to shoot.
What a save from Peter Schmeichel!
Stojkovic. Costa Curta goes sliding in.
Chance, surely!
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Gravenberg is there and he can pick it up. Mohamed Salah gets flagged offside. got that quite right. And that is a little undercooked. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Van Basten. And this is Totti. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
What a save from Peter Schmeichel!
Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Fenerbahce are looking to go forward now. Not the most accurate pass. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Just eases him off the ball. And the pass is intercepted. Quality ball. Now it's Mohamed Salah. He's found a way through. Alexander-Arnold has it in a wide position. Impressive jump. Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from...
And the referee says that is that for the first half. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. So, we reach the halfway point.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So straight into the second half.
Fenerbahce really need to bring up their...
It's Totti! And he hits the net. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Liverpool go up by 2 and are looking good.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Fenerbahce have got it back and they'll have another go. Neymar. And here's the chance to counter. And he's managed to get free. Lampard gets over and intercepts. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Oh, that's a very...
Shot a goal! Yes! It's all becoming so easy.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive. The finish...
He's having a shot!
Neymar. Costa Curta. Pepe makes the interception. Oh, they can break here. Robson. It's a searching pass. Look at the space.
Great chance! And no mistake. They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Liverpool are having a ball here.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
That has been cut short. And that pass is somewhat less than a...
Van Basten! Van Basten! gem! An absolute gem! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Robson. Neymar getting forward. Oh, well measured. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, he's done very well to take that back.
Tries to play it through.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Gravenberg calmly anticipates. Salah,
He's picked his way through.
he's got plenty of space out wide here. Nice interception, well timed. Could move up a gear here. Short changes him with that pass. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? No, it's come to nothing. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Crosses it in here. Chance for a shot! Oh, denied at the last.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
It's Neymar!
And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Fenerbahce needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And the shot!
Corner number 2 then.
And a header! And that's a good finish.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And yes, it's him again.
And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
With the